Hello learners, I'm glad to welcome you to the Manifested e-learning platform. This video is an introductory lesson to the secondary Christian religious education, abbreviated as CRE. Learners, CRE is one of the academic subjects in the secondary school curriculum, and it aims at creating awareness in the learner's relationship with God, and this relationship is revealed in, number one, their personal experience, number two, the African religious heritage, number three, the biblical revelation as a whole, and specifically in Jesus Christ, then lastly, the Christian community, that is the past and also the present Christian community. So once again, as I've said, this is an introductory video, Christian religious education. Christian religious education, CRE. I've just said that the Christian religious education aims at creating awareness in your relationship with God, and this relationship is revealed in your personal experience. This relationship is also revealed through the African religious heritage. I also mentioned the biblical revelation in general, and more specifically in Jesus Christ. This relationship is also revealed in the Christian, the past and present Christian community. So CRE, learners, helps the learner to integrate other subjects of the school curriculum into an, we can say, an integrated or into a more mature or integrated manner. Because other than CRE, there are other subjects that are covered in the school curriculum. So this is one of the subjects that now helps you as a learner to be able to integrate other subjects of the curriculum into a more mature view of yourself, firstly, and also your relationship to the environment, your relationship with the fellow human beings, and also your relationship with God. So the subject, CRE, also provides motivation for right behavior. It provides motivation for right behavior. This subject is meant to provide motivation for right behavior. Right behavior. It's important to understand that the study of CRE should motivate you to behave rightly. The subject is intended to inculcate character development. Okay? It is meant to inculcate in the learner the spiritual, moral, and social values that will help in character development. Character development. To inculcate in the learner the spiritual, moral, and social values. And it is these social values is these spiritual values and moral values that will lead to the learner's character development. So candidates or learners, the Christian religious education, due to the fact that it inculcates in the learner spiritual, moral, and social values, we can say the subject deals with the whole person. Okay, the study of this subject will touch on the whole person. By whole person, I mean the spirit, the soul, and body. All right, it deals with the whole person, a whole person, spirit, soul, and body. I will now move to discuss the general objectives of the subject, that is Christian religious education. Why are you expected to study Christian religious education? What are the reasons? What are the objectives? What is the aim? What are the aims of studying CRE? What are the aims of studying CRE? What are the general objectives? Why is it important that CRE has been included to be one of the subjects that you have to study in your secondary education? So we want to discuss the general objectives, of studying the Christian religious education, the general objectives. Now, learners, by the end of this course, you should be able to do the following. By the end of this course, the learner is expected should be able to, number one, I'm going to list the objectives of studying Christian religious education. Number one is, and this first point I had mentioned in introductory, I say that the learner should be able to gain insights into the unfolding God's self-revelation to humankind. And this unfolding God's revelation to humankind is through, one, their personal experience, the learner's personal experience. Number two, the African religious heritage. Three, biblical revelation as a whole and specifically in Jesus Christ. Four, I mentioned the Christian, the past and present Christian community. That's the first aim. I've said the purpose of studying, one of the purposes of studying CRE is so that you as the learner should gain, at the end of this course, you should gain insights into the unfolding God's revelation. Should be able to gain insights into the God's self-revelation to humankind. Self-revelation to humankind. This means that God reveals himself to us through our personal experience, through the African religious heritage, through biblical revelation, through the Christian community, and so on. So that is the first objective. By the end of the course, you should be able to gain insights, that to gain understanding, to gain knowledge, to know to know God's self-revelation to humankind, and we've listed 4 ways in which that can be done. Then number 2, the second objective is to use, you should be able, by the end of this course, the learner should be able to use the acquired social, spiritual, and moral insights to think critically. Use the acquired, okay, you should be able to use the acquired, should be able to use the acquired social, spiritual, okay, social, spiritual, and moral insights, moral insights, okay, social, spiritual, and moral insights to think critically, Because remember, we've mentioned here, gain insight. You don't just gain insights for the sake of it. You gain insight so that you can think, number one, you think critically, and after thinking critically, you will then make appropriate moral decisions, okay? You will, after thinking, because actions are preceded by thought. You cannot behave or you cannot act in a certain manner before thinking. So Christian religious education is supposed to help you think critically. Then after thinking critically, you will make appropriate moral decisions in a rapidly changing society. Think critically and make appropriate decisions in a rapidly changing society. We live in a society that is constantly changing. Almost everything is changing. Technology is changing. The way we live is changing. The syllabus is changing. The curriculum is changing. You are also changing. You are young. In nursery school, you grew up, you changed. You went to your primary school, you changed. You are now growing older. So everything is changing. Around is changing. The environment is changing. The government is changing. People are changing in their behaviors. Everything in society is is changing. So the reason why we teach Christian religious education is so that what you gain, the insights that you gain, the knowledge that you gain, use the acquired social, spiritual, and moral insights to think critically, because you need to think very fast. Because things are moving very fast, you need to think very fast. You need to make decisions on day-to-day basis. So the knowledge, the insights you acquire in Christian religious education should be able to help you make appropriate decisions so that you live a happy life. We are talking of appropriate decisions. If you are not able to think properly, then you are likely to make inappropriate decisions which will affect you negatively. So that's the second reason why we teach Christian religious education. Number 2 plus 1. Number 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Number 3, the third objective candidates is to appreciate and respect your own beliefs and practices, and also other people's cultural and beliefs. Christian religious education will help you to appreciate and respect your beliefs. It will also help you appreciate and respect other people's beliefs. All right? So that is, by the end of this course, you should be able to appreciate. Appreciate what? Other people's beliefs. Appreciate. You should be able to appreciate and respect his or her own, their own, his or their own, let me say, and other people's, and other people's cultural and practices. Cultural and Christian practices and beliefs and practices. If that is done, then you will be achieving the objective. Number 4. Why do we teach CRE? Why do you study CRE? Why study CRE? By the end of this course, you should be able to, number 4, acquire the basic principles of Christian living. You should be able to acquire the basic principles of Christian living. Should be able to acquire the basic principles of Christian living, and also to develop sense of self-respect and respect for others, all right? And develop sense of self-respect and develop sense of self-respect and respect for others. You should be able to, 1, respect yourself, self-respect, and also respect others. So the knowledge acquired in CRE is a basic Christian knowledge or principles of living, okay, which again will help you to develop sense of self-respect and also respect for others. That is objective number 4. Objective number 5 is to promote international consciousness. 5, promote. You should be able to, this knowledge should be able to help you, should be able to promote international consciousness. The principles that you are going to learn in CRE, okay? these principles are universal principles. These are principles that apply across the board. And by learning these principles, by practicing these principles, that will promote international consciousness, because you will understand what we call the universal brotherhood. Okay? So promote international consciousness, and as a result, this consciousness will lead to understanding of universal brotherhood or sisterhood. So this subject should be able to promote international consciousness through the understanding of universal brotherhood. Okay? Let me just write through understanding of universal brotherhood and sisterhood. Number 6. The second last objective is to enable you contribute positively to the transformation of self and society as a whole. Contribute positively. Okay? Contribute positively, to contribute positively to the transformation of self, to the transformation of self and transformation of the society as a whole. So, most importantly, the study of CRE should be able to contribute positively to your transformation of self. This subject should transform you. And when you are transformed, that will have a ripple effect on the society. When you are transformed, then you'll be in a position to help change the society. When you change, the society changes. Okay? Contribute positively. Because if you don't contribute positively to transformation of the society, then you will contribute negatively. You become a liability in the society. But Christian religious education can help individuals be transformed. Okay, individuals can be transformed, self can be transformed, and also their transformation will lead to transformation of the society. That's why you are learning this subject. Then lastly is to acquire knowledge for further studies in various career fields. This subject will help you acquire knowledge for further studies, in various career fields, So learners, the knowledge that you are going to acquire when studying the Christian religious education can be used as a foundation for building careers like career in professional ethics, career in theology, and so on and so forth. The knowledge you are learning here is the foundation knowledge for many careers. Okay, that is why we study this subject. What we learn in this subject, and we are going to cover quite a lot, That will be the foundational knowledge for building of career fields. That's why this subject is very important for everyone. It's important that everyone studies Christian religious education, because I've also mentioned, even if you don't believe in most of the things that we teach, most of the principles that we teach in Christian religious education are universal principles. They are universal principles, and these principles can help promote international consciousness through understanding of universal brotherhood and also sisterhood. So these are 7 reasons why you are learning this subject. These are the main objectives, the general objectives, 7 general objectives. The main objective is not to pass exams, no. Exams is just part of the learning process. Exams helps in ensuring that these objectives are met. An exam is a means towards meeting these 7 objectives. So as you are studying this subject, let your focus be on the areas that we have mentioned. Okay? See how the knowledge that you are gaining in religious education, see how that knowledge can be used in your day-to-day life. I've mentioned many points. I've said, like in point number 2, that the knowledge here or the insights gained should help you think properly, think critically, so that you can make appropriate decisions. So whatever you learn in this subject should help you make proper decisions that are useful, not only to yourself, but to the society as a whole. So I want you to again go through this video, write down these objectives, and internalize these objectives, and this will help you have a proper attitude towards the subject. This subject is for your own personal development. This subject will help you be transformed. This knowledge acquired in this subject will can be used as a basis for many career fields, various career fields. The knowledge that you acquire here will help you gain insights into God's self-revelation to humankind. There are many people who have questions about God. Who is God? How do I relate to God? These are some questions that will be answered as we go through this curriculum. This subject again will help you have or appreciate, okay, and respect other people's beliefs, other people's practices, okay? It will also help you respect yourself. You have what we call self-respect. Self-respect and respect for others. You need to understand every human being. This subject will help you understand that every human being is important. Every human being deserves respect, regardless of how they look like, regardless of where they come from, regardless of their color. As long as he's a human being, he or she deserves your respect. And you cannot respect others if you do not respect yourself. So the principles of Christian living will develop or can develop a sense of respect, self-respect, and also respect for others. So these are very important principles. We'll be studying more principles like justice, like respect, like honesty, and so on. So thank you for being attentive. And from our next lesson, we're going to dive deep into the subject. We look at we are going to cover all the topics that are expected to be covered in the secondary Christian religious education. Bye bye.